In a responding measure, the United States and China on Monday agreed to roll back tariffs on each other's goods for an initial 90-day period in a bid to defuse the brewing trade war between the world's two largest economies. The announcement comes after marathon trade negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland over the weekend, the first high-level talks between Washington and Beijing since US President Donald Trump imposed steep tariffs on Chinese imports earlier this year. Under the agreement, the US will reduce tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30%, while China will slash its tariff on American imports from 125% to 10%. According to a joint statement, the two sides also agreed to establish a mechanism to continue discussions about economic and trade relations, led by Chinese Vice Premier He Lingfeng and US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. The tariff cuts mark a steep back from the escalating trade tensions between the two countries that roiled financial markets worldwide in the preceding weeks and stoked fears of a global recession. The breakthrough ends a month-long standoff that had effectively frozen trade between the two nations. The detente is already rippling through markets. Hong Kong's benchmark index jumped 3% on the news, while the futures for the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed more than 2%. S&P 500 futures rose nearly 3% and Nasdaq Composite futures surged over 3.5%. In addition to the tariff discussions, US officials also raised concern about the flow of chemical ingredients used to manufacture fentanyl, a highly addictive opioid, from China. The Chinese understood the magnitude of the fentanyl crisis in the United States. A 20% punitive tariff on Chinese exports imposed earlier by US President Donald Trump in response to what he called Beijing's inaction on fentanyl trafficking remains in force. With that, the two biggest economies of the world, United States and China, paused tariff war for 90 days to slash reciprocal duties by 115%.